In order to make this a reality, because we talk about transportation a lot, we hear it a lot about it at the state level and the national level. We need, at the local level, we need to do three things. We need more options. We have to market it better, and we need a way to pay for it. When it comes to more options, we hear it a lot. We need low or no fare buses, more electric buses. We need better sidewalks. We need more bike lanes and car share programs at every chance that we can get. We also need to market it a little bit better. I had the opportunity to help announce bringing 2 new electric buses to Burlington that will run on the Red Line, which cuts through Ward 8. And there's a lot of excitement about electric buses. We have to capitalize on that excitement and get people more interested. Lastly, we need to pay for it. And I'm the only candidate that has brought forward a way to pay for sustainable transportation without going to the tax base. It's called my +1 for climate action, and it adds $1 to every paid ticket to concerts and events on the waterfront, which will generate tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, which over time can pay for these sorts of things that we talk a lot about without any actual plan to pay for.
Thank you, Adam. Jane.
The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change said that we have a decade to cut our global emissions in half, or we face the catastrophic effects of a 1.5 degrees Celsius increase as a globe. What that means to me is that those 2 buses, that's great. That's a great start. But we have 10 years. And the city of Burlington has a net zero energy plan to be net zero energy by 2030, which is great. But as a globe, it's not matching up. So we need to take that seriously, and we need to actually focus on making public transit free for everybody. We have a $193 million budget as a city. It's about $2.5 to $3 million to make it free for everyone in Burlington to use public transportation, which will incentivize the usage of that. And we want to work together to electrify that as well. And I sat on the board of VPIRG, and I have a lot of coalition building experience in Montpelier, and I think that we can make this work.
Appreciate it. Adam, did you want to use a rebuttal? I see it hot in your hand.
I don't want to use it, but I think I have to, because we don't have a $192 or $3 million budget. We have about an $80 million municipal budget, which the city council gets to mostly control. We also have enterprise funds, which things like the airport or BED, and I do think that BED needs to be a critical partner in doing this. And just to be clear, these 2 buses, they cost $1 million each. And it took a state and federal and local partners and nonprofit and other community partners in order just to bring 2. So I think that pie in the sky words without hardcore plans, I think, are just as dangerous as anything else that we're facing today.
Jane, you wanted to use a rebuttal? All right, go ahead.
So yeah, the general fund has about $75 million, and BED is the next largest chunk, which is a huge opportunity for us. And I think that this doesn't come down to like how much we budgeted as a city. It comes down to our coalitions with the state of Vermont. And it comes down to, are we willing to actually push for this as a council and put pressure on the state and our friends?
So as a follow-up, let me just, so that I'm clear, it looks like what you're suggesting is that to pay for the policies that you're pushing for, you would be asking the state to put down the money for that.
For electrifying the buses and all public transportation, because quite frankly, I think we can afford to make it free for everybody as a city.